Welcome. Learn about Port of Oakland. The Port of Oakland is a major container ship facility located in Oakland, California, in the San Francisco Bay. It was the first major port on the Pacific coast of the United States to build terminals for container ships. It is now the fifth busiest container port in the United States, behind Long Beach, Los Angeles, Newark, and Savannah. Development of an intermodal container handling system in 2002 culminated over a decade of planning and construction to produce a high-volume cargo facility that positions the Port of Oakland for further expansion of the West Coast freight market share. Early history. Originally, the estuary, 500 feet wide, had a depth of 2 feet at mean low tide. In 1852, the year of Oakland's incorporation as a town by the California state legislature, large shipping wharves were constructed along the Oakland estuary, which was dredged to create a viable shipping channel. 22 years later, in 1874, the previously dredged shipping channel was deepened to make Oakland a deep-water port. In the late 19th century, the Southern Pacific was granted exclusive rights to the port, a decision the city soon came to regret. In January 1906, a small work party in the employ of the Western Pacific Railroad, which had just begun construction, hastily threw a crossing over the SP line to connect the WP main line with trackage built on an area of landfill. This act, protested by the SP and later upheld in court, broke the railroad's grip on the port area. The courts ruled that all landfill, since the date of the agreement, did not belong to the SP. This ruling ended SP control and made the modern Port of Oakland possible. One of the main limitations to growth was the inability to transfer containers to rail lines, all cranes historically operating between ocean vessels and trucks. In the 1980s, the Port of Oakland began the evaluation of development of an intermodal container transfer capability, facilities that would allow transloading of containers from vessels to either trucks or rail modes. The port retained VZM, Corps of Engineering, and Earthmetrics to perform engineering and environmental studies to allow detailed engineering to proceed. In 1987, on behalf of the Oakland Port Commission, Alan Broussard led a group of 72 lawyers, port officials including then Port Commissioner Carol Ward Allen, and city officials on a 3-week-long trip to China meeting the mayor of Shanghai, Jiang Zemin. Completion of the resulting rail intermodal facility occurred in 2002. That brought the cumulative investment of port expansion to over $1.4 billion since 1962, half of which comprised the intermodal facility. In the early first decade of the 21st century, the new intermodal rail facility, along with severe congestion at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, caused some trans-Pacific shippers to move some of their traffic to the Port of Oakland. Also, the port is now reaping the benefits of investment in post-Panamax cranes, dredging, and the transfer of military property, which has now been used for expansion. Deepening of the port from 42 feet to 50 feet to accommodate larger ships has been completed. The ports of Los Angeles, Long Beach, Seattle, and Tacoma were already 50 feet deep. The $432 million project was finished in September 2009. Some 6 million cubic yards of mud from the dredging was deposited at the western edge of Middle Harbor Shoreline Park to become a 188-acre shallow water wetlands habitat for marine and shore life. Further dredging followed in 2011 to maintain the navigation channel. Prior to the March 2012 arrival of the MSC Fabiola, the largest container ship ever to enter the San Francisco Bay, the Port of Oakland prepared by checking channel depth and dredging as needed. The ship arrived drawing less than its full draft of 50 feet 10 inches because it held only 3/4 of a load. The port is part of the California's Green Trade Corridor Marine Highway project, as ships move cargo much greener than trucks and trains. Green Trade Corridor Marine Highway can improve goods movement through Northern California. In June 2016, the Oakland City Council voted unanimously to ban the handling and storage of both coal and coke at the port. The Oakland City Council voted to ban the handling and storage of coal and coke at the city's terminals and bulk material facilities. In addition to its maritime activities, the port also operates Oakland International Airport. Developed land adjacent to the airport is also overseen by the port, including the Airport Business Park. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.